welcome to the first big Analyze the Play video. Today I will teach you how to make a sliding double kill like the one that you see here. The goal of this video is to allow you to make double kills by controlling the line of sight. Let's first analyze the sliding double kill frame by frame so that you can clearly see what happened, and later I will show you how it's done. I was expecting a few guys around the corner based on what I saw on the map. They didn't show up on the minimap, but if you have some understanding of how player movement works in Battlefield 1, then you know that you can find a few enemies over here. So stay close to the wall and be prepared for the worst. Let's pause the game here. Basically, this guy just caught you with your pants down. You were in full sprint and he shows up from behind cover with his gun drawn. I think we can all agree that this is a losing situation. The odds aren't in your favor, so let's quickly change that. First of all, you will have to get away from his line of fire as soon as possible. So this would be the perfect moment to start your slide. Remember, you are in full sprint, so stopping and going prone is much slower and you'll be dead long before you hit the ground. By initiating your slide, you will immediately get out of his line of fire. On top of that, this is a very dark part of the map, so he won't be able to track you very easily. Use that to your advantage. Try to be aware of the terrain behind you so that you know what the enemy can or can't see. This is one of the reasons why you should move to the left. He is looking down on you because you are sliding. You are lower, so he will have a hard time tracking you because the area behind you is pretty dark. The other reason is that you will have to push him to your right, so that he can block the line of sight of his body. That guy will now have a very hard time to shoot at you because he just can't see you. By doing so, you're also aligning yourself for that double kill, because you know where the first guy is and you're pushing him into the second guy. So all you have to do now is keep your finger on the trigger and finish off the second guy as well. The only thing left to do is to get up and walk away like nothing happened. If you execute this perfectly, then you will be able to continue your kill streak with full health. Before you're able to do this, you will first have to learn how to control the line of sight. Controlling your line of sight is easy. Controlling your enemy's line of sight requires situational awareness and map knowledge. When a guy starts shooting at you and you sidestep to get behind the wall, that's not really what I mean with controlling your enemy's line of sight. That's hiding. Controlling the line of sight is maneuvering in such a way that you can block the enemy's view while you are positioning yourself in a more favorable angle or location so that you will have the upper hand. I'm using the Automatico M1918 trench, so in my case it means getting closer to my enemy unless he is using a shotgun. Take a look at the following example. My buddy and I are trying to capture Alpha. I already killed 2 guys here, so they are looking for revenge. I deploy my anti-tank mines in case they bring a tank to a gunfight and a support guy jumps on me and he opens fire. Engagement distance approximately 30 meters. He has the upper hand because he opens fire first and I'm still busy deploying my last anti-tank mine. So what are you going to do? Putting your hands up and saying please don't shoot me isn't going to work today. And lying down and playing dead only works occasionally. So let's try to control his line of sight. First of all, you will have to analyze the situation. You know which gun that you are using, the Automatico M1918 trench, and you know what that thing can do. You don't know which gun your enemy is using, so I always presume the worst, so in my mind he's using the BAR. This is speculation at this point, but it's the worst case scenario. The BAR is more suited to kill you at further ranges compared to the Automatico. Time to kill is much better, and that's only one statistic. So your chances of killing him are much better if you can get closer. So we have determined that we have to get closer. It took us about 30 seconds to figure that out. On the battlefield you will only get a fraction of a second. The more you get used to this concept, the faster you will become at deciding whether you should try to get closer or not. The second thing that you have to do is to prevent him from being able to kill you. In other words, you will have to find a way to block his line of sight. You can do this in many different ways, but first tell me what you would have done. Would you have moved to the left to find cover in or behind the tram, or would you have moved to the right? For everybody who chose to move to the left, yes, the tram is the easiest and most obvious cover that you can use. However, it does not allow you to get very close to your enemy without being seen. I'm not saying that it is a bad option, but moving to the right has a few more benefits. First, you will have to be aware of the cover that your enemy has. He was using the building as cover and he then moved to the middle of the street to shoot you. He doesn't know yet if he's going to be able to kill you. All he knows is that you might be shooting back. So he is very likely to move back to the right so that he can use the building as cover again. He has nothing that he can use as cover on your left. The only thing that is there is an empty street. So unless he is the worst player on the planet, he won't be moving to your left anytime soon. So if you move to the right, then your enemy will be helping you with blocking his own line of sight. That's why these 2 small steps to the right are sufficient to block the line of sight. This won't be sufficient for long, because he is going to try and counter your move by moving to the left so that he can shoot at you again, because he is desperately trying to stay in control. So stay on the move by going forward to close the gap and to block his line of sight again by finding cover behind the broken wall in front of you. Now you have options. You have cover and you are safe. You just turned a losing situation into a winning situation, because first you got caught with your pants down and now you are in a superior position. All you have to do now is to move around the corner and finish off a guy who is now desperately standing in the middle of the street trying to catch a glimpse of you. Your gun outperforms every support class weapon at this range, so it will be a walk in the park to finish off this guy. To block the line of sight goes hand in hand with the concept that I got from Brad Pitt. In World War Z, he tries to convince a frightened family by saying "Movimiento es vida", movement is life. In the movie he means moving away from zombies, but it's also applicable to many things in life and also to Battlefield 1. If you stay on the move, you will live. The moment you stop moving, you will die. I'm sure that you have also noticed that you get your longest kill streaks if you stay on the move. Nobody can respawn and track you down looking for revenge and you remain unpredictable. This is why being constantly on the move and blocking your enemy's line of sight are so important, especially for sliding double kills. You know how to control the line of sight and you know about the moving part. Let's now focus on the killing part because we want to make double kills. First of all, we have to find 2 enemies. Do you think these guys will do? Okay then, let's use and abuse these English soldiers for the purpose of this video. Let's close the gap and let's get a little bit closer to them. We're going to stop the game here and on top of that we're going to flip the camera around to the other side. As you can see, we're dealing with a sniper and an assault guy. The sniper has absolutely no clue of what is going on as usual in my Analyze a Play videos, and I think the assault guy saw me but he's pretending not to. In order to make a double kill, you will have to find a way to move into a position so that the enemies are standing closer together, or even better, so that they are standing behind each other. The easiest double kills are the ones that require little or no effort. The sniper is standing still and the assault guy is moving forward, and he will help you with making your double kill because he is going to end up looking for cover behind the sniper. He will perfectly line himself up with the sniper and all you have to do is to pull the trigger. It's important in this scenario that you don't move around too much. It's not necessary this time. The assault guy is doing all the heavy lifting for you by lining himself up with the sniper, so let him be. This is probably the easiest double kill that you will make, so let's move on. We're going to go up the stairs and we will pause the game over here. Tell me, what do you see? I'm sure that you can see the support guys who are bunkered up in this room with loads of ammo wreaking havoc to whoever is running around on the other side of the street. But did you also see the medic? Watch closely and you will see his bayonet sticking out. Here comes my question. If you want to make a double kill, who would you kill and how would you do that? Let me know in the comments how you would have handled this situation. I know that you're a strategic mastermind, so feel free to share your knowledge. I always try to identify the biggest threat, and that is the medic on the right. For your double kill, the second biggest threat is the support guy who is kneeling near the window. The guy who is lying down has absolutely no chance of killing you. By the time he has turned around, he will be dead already. The guy on the left still has a chance, but you only have to take a small step back to block his line of sight, so you're pretty safe from him. So, we are going to kill the medic and the support guy who is kneeling down near the window. It's safe to say that the medic knows that you're there, especially when you start firing. The other guy has no clue at this point. You could turn to the right, kill the medic and then with the same clip kill the support guy. It's still sort of a double kill, but you can make your life a lot easier. Another reason not to turn to the right is that you're going to bump into the medic, and who knows what will happen next. If you want to make a double kill at this point, you will have to take advantage of the fact that the medic isn't thinking and that he's just reacting. I want you to control his line of sight. So we are not going to enter this room because it will become a kill box and it's definitely not going to end well for you. The medic is going to step into that room very soon, you can count on that. So before he does that, I want you to start shooting at the support guy. The medic is going to see and hear your gunfire, and because he's not thinking, he's going to walk straight into your line of fire. Never assume that he is thinking. Assume that he's going to try and shoot at everything that moves. If he was thinking, he would have never done that, but luckily he's just reacting. If you want to quote, Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol. He is in the secretary's vehicle that ends up on the bottom of the river. He lights up a flare on a dead body to draw the fire of the 20 guys that are shooting at the vehicle, so that he and Jeremy Renner can escape. Same but different. You're shooting to draw the medic into your line of fire. So take a step back so that you draw the medic in, and so that you can block the line of sight of the other guys in the room. If you don't step back, then the medic can launch a melee attack and the other guys in the room can start shooting at you. And there you have it, another double kill. If you combine everything that you learned in this video, then you can now make your own sliding double kills and much more. You will be dominating the battlefield if you control the line of sight and if you stay on the move. By the way guys, the YouTube likes and shares are very helpful to me. If you think that this video is worthy, would you mind taking a moment to like this video and to share it with all your buddies? This was Fog of Gaming, thanks for watching and I will see you on the battlefield.